Hi, friends. How are you? It's been a while. What a crazy, crazy week. Oh my gosh. This, I knew that with the, I've just been waiting since the eclipses last year. And then that Saturn Pluto conjunction, I was just waiting because I knew my chart, my most special part of my chart was just getting steamrolled by everything, and I was just waiting for those tectonic plates to just move over it, and boom. So I just been taking it easy this week. And we're in Mercury retrograde. Today is March 1st. Yay! I kept saying February would be a tale of two Februaries, and has it not been with this past week? I think I need to repost the video. Maybe I'll attach it to the end of this one. But it's just the beginning part of the video that I posted at the horoscope page, kind of describing what a crazy new moon in Pisces this would be, and there would be explosive, sudden news, moneyed news related. I didn't know what at the time, but it was going to affect the president. It was going to affect we the people. And we saw what that explosive money news was last week. Insane. So I was just doing some check-ins because, well, that's what I do. But, Joe Biden won, I think last I heard was by about 30 points in South Carolina. There's another tale of two Februaries, and we're even in Mercury retrograde. How about that? I would expect this, at the beginning of February with Mercury retrograde, but that's how crazy upside down things are. And I, checked in with Parscale and Donald, and their Parscale, again, is having a nightmare because they weren't able to rig the system and suppress the votes against Biden. And when I checked in with Biden, he absolutely still had voter suppression all around him, as well as interference. So I think that the numbers that came out and voted for him were actually that much stronger for him, and I think it sheds light on how much weaker Donald really, really is, because despite everything against Biden, and then how many people were who were running, it's kind of amazing to see those results. So I wanted to check in. After I checked in with everyone else, I was like, I want to check in with the FBI. What do they think about Biden's win? Because, after each primary that they're having, it seems to me, it started in Iowa, then we went to Nevada, then, did we just only go to South Carolina then? But after each major one, the refined perspective that the FBI has, Intel has, oh my gosh, Schiff and Pelosi, all over these elections, very refined focus. They seem to move in and zoom in closer and closer to whatever it is that they're looking at with the primaries and with each candidate. So tonight I was like, hey, FBI, what do you think about Biden's win? Look at this. On the ascendant, what am I talking about? Card of the reading. The Ace of Swords, the truth. I almost wanted to say, this was an assault. You know how Donald and company, when they're out doing crap to assault us, they usually get the card like this, but it was almost like I felt like a chuckle, the FBI says against those who like to steal our elections, we have the sword. So the signifier, I like this a lot. Look at this, the Temperance card reversed. Usually these guys are blending Russian data with, the DNC, their data, or whatever is hacked through NGP van, because I swear there's a back channel with the Democrats' servers and their databases. Maybe the executives with NGP van have nothing to do with it, but there's definitely a back channel into their data. So usually the Temperance card is how they blend what they've stolen from the Democrats and Russian information. But this time it was reversed. Maybe that didn't happen this time, you guys. The FBI sees what happened with Biden as a shared victory. They're proud of this as far as the intervention or whatever work they were doing. They're talking about their work, not Biden. The challenge for them, the FBI, this is U.S., the voters. So usually the Queen of Cups shows up as the voters who get their information hacked or suppressed or micro-targeted. So the challenge then was the voters having this stuff removed. At the basis of this, the Seven of Cups, that's the thing that goes poof, you know, where the finals tallies come in, and then they, you know, run up in the past where there have been close races, or kind of like this whole week, the media has been screaming about how it's neck and neck with these guys, that Bernie's going to surge and he has it. In the past, we've heard that during the week, and then we kind of think that our guy has, you know, the upper hand, but then all of a sudden, the last minute, the candidate favored by Russia comes in and poof, suddenly they run up the numbers and there's a last minute win, and oops, sorry, Democrats. So that's what's at the base of this for the FBI. What's crowning this? Comfort and security. Now, I feel like this is a person, like an informant. He won comfortably, but, you know, Brittany Kaiser comes to, she's got a big old grin, and it's almost like she's got her mouth zipped. Like, I'm not saying a word, but she just totally came to mind. Crowning. In the past, the intelligence agencies were all over this. In the past, the digital armies. In the past, how things have been electronically rigged or hacked or fudged. And with Biden's win, the FBI is feeling a bit proud. What's to come? The devil, Putin. They know it. How do we see the FBI? As Knights of Wands. The Knight of Wands card is my FBI card. The environment has to do with angry Putin / MBS or whoever is hacking our election. The hope. Now, the star, the reverse star, I think has been showing for me as I've been asking these questions, is that the fake candidate, you know, would not come through. So whoever they were pushing the most, whoever they were working against the most would not come through, or they would have evidence that would back that up, because even, you know, Warren and Klobuchar, they're towards the bottom now, but those two are getting hit as well. They are also stars, but reversed. The FBI also applies to them in the fact that they have data about their suppression for their voters and that type of stuff. The environment says the FBI is the Trump campaign. What's to come next, says the FBI? Ooh, a great big tower moment. We're going to check on that. Final outcome, 3 of Swords, heartbreak. Now, Mitch and company have wished for the 3 of Swords to break hearts, Democrats' hearts, with suppression. So I just want to make sure we know what this is about with the tower and such. So tell me, FBI, why is your next steps having to do with a tower? What is this about? Oops. What is this about? What's this tower about for your next steps, FBI? The White House? Jared. Those pages running money and running data all over the place. China, the howling. Whistleblower. This isn't related to the elections. This is what their next steps have to do with. This Three of Swords, what does this have to do with? For final outcome, FBI. Oops, stealing elections. Investigating how elections are stolen. Really? Tell me more. That's the Mafia card. Literally mafiosos on the ground, but winning unfairly. China, Russia helping. Candidate Donald. That's the final outcome, you guys. That's kind of awesome. And like I said, you know, the intelligence, the FBI, Pelosi and Schiff, they were really fine-tuning their focus. Yeah, so Biden won when the moon was here in this area of secrets, hidden enemies. We have a Five of Cups here that has taken over. Man, this moon is just slow, so slow moving. I just want to push it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. The moon has actually been moving slower because it's been apogee, meaning it's in its farthest position away from the Earth in its ecliptic path around the sun. And so it's going to speed up here as we get closer to the full moon, which, you know, close to the first day of spring, things are going to be... You guys, this year's just bonkers. I can't even tell you the stuff I've been looking at this week on the side. Bonkers. So here we go. Let's see. The Five of Cups. So he won when the moon was about 20 degrees here in Taurus. We have a new quarter moon finally on Monday, so we can get out of this nutty energy. See, we had this new moon on Sunday a week ago, but because the moon has been moving so slowly, we're not having this new moon until Monday afternoon. Usually it's like a week or just like under a week. That's how slow the moon has been moving, and it's been annoying to me. Five of Cups. Oh, here's my sheet. Okay. So if we are in the 12th house, I just want to see what Donald had. Because this is, his secret. So Donald, his secret here was the Ten of Swords and the Four of Swords. So his secret was the Ten of Swords, stabbing someone in the back. Oh my gosh. He's so mad at coronavirus. We gotta talk about that too. Okay, so Donald's secret now, Biden won. He drew the Ten of Swords and the Four of Swords. So your secret, Donald, what is that secret supposed to be about? What's your secret about right now where the moon is? We drew the sign of Taurus. I have, which is money and possessions. No, you don't. You look at the Tao. What is this about? Oh, man. He's so busted. The FBI just had this. This was a signifier for Biden's win. So Donald's secret, wah. Not so much temperance. Comfort and security? I don't think so. So Ten of Swords, he's not comfy and secure. Because he got news, he got word about that Joe Biden. And at the base of this, he's got an agreement. What's his challenge? Is this Bill Barr? Nope. This is a Mueller investigation. Yes. And so he's dialing Putin. Hey, bro, you there? Help me out. No. Okay, so that's your Ten of Swords. Your Four of Swords is your hidden enemy. Now, usually this has been the thing that shows up in software for me, things that lay dormant in like election e-polling books, in voter rolls, in election machines, that they're dormant, and then all of a sudden they wake up at the last minute and they do their job to go make elections go poof and win. So that's Donald's hidden enemy. Because if anyone finds out about that, he's toast. So Donald, why did you draw this after this horrendous week? Because you're having secret discussions. I'm assuming about the elections. Yeah. Coronavirus. He's done with coronavirus. He's just like, I'm not dealing with that. Secret elections, 6-1's mob. She has been showing up everywhere. MoFlo. There's angry Putin. The challenge with the 6-1's mob is Russian strength. Okay, I said when I did this, it was weird because, you know, Russia's not showing up anywhere. Russia just hasn't been showing up. Like, they're, like, always so enmeshed with Donald and everyone else, especially around the primaries. It's like they dumped each other. MoFlo. You know, the first lady-ish. MoFlo. MoFlotus. What's going on with Donald? With this election? Ooh, are you balancing data and communications? And okay, so that 4 of Swords was the thing that lays dormant with electronic devices and things. And the 2 of Pentacles is like if they have a microchip or something, this is how they transmit the data through the elections, and very carefully they change information. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a vote, but absolutely with suppression and changing, you know, like addresses, polling places, blah, blah, blah. That's what this 2 of Pentacles is. So, MoFlo, I'm going to ask you, what do you think about Joe Biden's 30-point win? She was all over the place with this election. What do you think about Biden winning by 30 points? Oh, really? You know, the FBI knows about this, and Donald seems a bit surprised at the tempering of Russian data and information, and the Democrats' data information didn't work. Really, do tell, MoFlo. And Secret talks about that, yeah. Good news. Which led to, this is a whistleblower. It could be Ivanka. Any of those people. It's at the basis of this MoFlo. You guys know the Fool card for me is a sealed indictment. This is at the basis of why MoFlo is showing up, because she's got some sealed indictments. I wonder if it's related to the inauguration. Her challenge is, speaking of the inauguration, kickbacks, bribes, fraud related to the inauguration funds. Retreating / software. Is this her retreat? No. Is this about the dormant stuff? The dormant electrical stuff? Yes. That's how they were always winning unfairly, and with the United States elections against the U.S. voters, and all the offers Donald would make for her. Something's happening, you guys. And speaking of, I think her name is, I forget what her last name is, Alexa O'Brien or something. She's the one that has been keeping tabs of all of the WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, Josh Schulte information. She's the one that has spreadsheet tables going back to 2009, 2010. Now, it seemed like there was kind of a there was kind of a fumble last week. It seemed maybe with closing arguments with that case that we don't hear anything about, with the Wiki L case and Josh Schulte and VAULT number 7. Everything that was leaked from our CIA and handed over to the Wiki L. But she, on another page of the spreadsheet, she has a list of all of the sealed indictments. There's about 100. I got to make sure I'm thinking about this properly because I have to double check. There were 100 listed. I think some of those had to do with something else about private information. But I will tell you, a minimum of those 100, and I would say 40 to 60 of them were sealed indictments going back to 2010. And they included Chelsea Manning as Bradley Manning. I know it's 10 years later, but this is where we are. You can have indictments sealed for years. So things are coming to a head, I think. Is there anything? I know there's a lot that I wanted to look at. We'll just see what happens with this quarter moon, but this new moon in Pisces was just crazy. Okay, you guys, good to be back. Have a great Sunday. Thanks.